Hello, everybody, and welcome to my official ranked video of all four of the Indiana Jones movies. Almost 2 months ago now, I did review sheets of all four of the Indiana Jones movies. And normally, I have a tradition of after, because I do review sheets of series, and then after I review the series, I then go and make an official ranked video of them all. These are only the four main, theatrical films. None of the the young indie stuff or anything like that. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's just those four, so it's probably going to be a shorter video than normal. I just give kind of a short opinion of the movie, why it's placed where it is. I'm not too good at it, not really expressing my thoughts, but more of explaining why I think the way I do. So, anyways, disregarding that, I hope you guys enjoy. This is the official rank. Let's get on to number 4. Alright, let's get something out of the way. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is number 4 on the list, meaning that it is last. But I think with Indiana Jones, I love every movie in the series basically equally. Yeah, obviously, I love some more than others, but if you were to ask me, hey Brian, we're turning a Indiana Jones movie on, no matter what you said, which Indiana Jones it'd be, I would be perfectly fine with that. I love it's so much fun seeing the chemistry. It sounds weird to say chemistry between Indiana Jones and his father, but seeing the fatherly relationship work like that, the ending was something that's amazing. Indiana Jones kind of always pulls off a really good ending. Like I said, it mainly was the father-son stuff, and this did feel and was the sequel that we wanted or needed from the original Raiders of the Lost Ark. Of course, with Temple of Doom, they did something different. They tried something new, but with this one, they went back to formula, and, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Honestly, the Indiana Jones series is so clever. So, like I said, even though this is last, there was so much fun and enjoyment to have within the movie. I guess the only reason why it's lowest on the list is probably because in the middle of the film, there's kind of a lot of stuff that I don't like. You remember, but you don't really remember the order. So I guess that's why I put it here, because it's kind of uneventful in the middle. It's not really uneventful. It's just hard to explain. Just kind of interesting at the end there, or at the end in the middle of the movie there. But other than that, it's a really spectacular movie. It's really fun to watch. I don't know. Like I said, I just love all these movies so much. Anyways, let's go on to the next one. Yeah, whatever.
Those people are trying to kill us. I know, Dad!
It's a new experience for me.
Happens to me all the time.
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Have the adventure of your life, keeping up with the Joneses.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is often considered to be just the worst, just the abomination. The prequels of Indiana Jones, came out in 2008, just an awful comeback, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. I kind of understand where people are coming from when they get upset, but I feel like the biggest problems that people talk about with this movie is that it's unbelievable, and it doesn't make sense, and it's just stupid. Guys, in the second movie that's often considered the best, there's a dude ripping out somebody's heart. I don't think believability is something that's needed in this world. I will say that it's a lot more fun than Last Crusade, which is why I have it higher. I feel like it makes a really good sequel to The Last Crusade. The whole father aspect and all that stuff. Indiana Jones now being old. The twist between... I can't even remember his partner's name. He did a twist 2 times, which is kind of annoying. The Shia LaBeouf was actually really good in this movie. The effects during the only time I thought the effects were bad was when they were doing, just swinging through the jungle and stuff with the monkeys. And even that, it wasn't all that bad. Only really the monkeys were bad in that part. But I really like this movie. It's a lot more fun. I feel like it's not given enough credit for being a good Indiana Jones movie. I will say that the alien part at the end was kind of weird. Indiana Jones has been more based on religion rather than aliens, but it was nice. It was a good movie, guys. It was fun. The little bit of practical effects they used were fun. You guys need to chill out. This is a good movie. Let's move on.
What's he gonna do now?
I don't think he plans that far ahead.
Oh! I'd cover my ears if I were you.
I don't know if asking y'all to subscribe to change the ratio of subscribe to not subscribe would be the right thing to do at this point. It just works out too well. I mean, subscribing is completely free, and if I ever get annoying, you can always just unsubscribe. It's not that big a deal, but I almost don't want anyone to subscribe, you know? It's just, it's a hard decision. It's very difficult to make. I completely understand if you don't subscribe. Originally titled Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first Indiana Jones movie, 1981, is honestly an instant classic. The only reason why I don't like it more than the obvious number one is probably because of nostalgia. But anyways, this movie is just so classic. I love all the chemistry between all the characters, the friendships that Indy has with other people, the fact that even though we haven't seen a single one of this dude's other adventures, it feels like we just know that he's so good at his job and he does so well at it. The villain Belloc is also really interesting to watch. You know, he's fun. He's fun with the role. He works with it. It's all just so good, dude. The opening scene, how it didn't really have anything to do with the movie, but set up this new character that we're just being introduced to, basically this new world. The fact that he, you know, knows a bunch of people and he's just this wise buddy, you know, it's super good. Like I said, getting further into this stuff, I just can't get into it. This plotline is super interesting. The ending, of course, it just keeps ramping up. It's such a good movie. Honestly, if you have not seen any Indiana Jones movie, watch this one. It's so freaking good, man. Let's get on to number one. I didn't really mention this when talking about Raiders, but I feel like Raiders of the Lost Ark is like the pinnacle of what Indiana Jones is supposed to be. You know, a grand adventure, a fun action film. But I feel like this one just, I like how it all felt so connected, how a lot of it was in one setting but very similar places, if that makes sense. I liked Indiana Jones. Short Round is just a fun, I know a lot of people get annoyed by him, but he's just fun. Willie can be extremely annoying, but she also has her moments. Like, I think she is more annoying than other, but it's just, this just feels like they took Indiana Jones to the next step. They wanted to be almost more serious with it. A lot of people say this movie's also a lot more goofy. I don't know. I kind of beg to differ. I feel like it's taken more seriously. It's almost like the direction they wanted to go with was, we're Indiana Jones. We want to be serious. Yeah, there's dudes ripping out hearts and stuff, but there's like children slaves and like real stuff going down. I don't know, that beginning scene, let me talk about that real quick. The little bar, I always love big action scenes in like, not really bars, but like fancy areas like that. And I know it stems from this movie. Like, I just love that kind of aesthetic, I guess. Yeah, I also used to go to my grandpa's house and watch this on VHS all the time. Like, every time I went there. So, of course, nostalgia is a huge player in this. So, obviously biased, this is my list, but that's why this is number one. I just love this movie so much, I could easily just sit down and watch it any day. That was my official list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Honestly, I would love to see in the comments what y'all's listings are. I know Indiana Jones isn't as popular of a title as today as it was back in the day, but obviously while doing the reviewish, there were obviously some fans of this, and that was cool to see, you know. I was always an Indiana Jones kid growing up, rather than the Star Wars kid. It's kind of funny, you know. I mean, I was a fan of Star Wars, who isn't, but I always did like Indiana Jones more. And I still like Indiana Jones more, and I'm still awaiting the inevitable return. Supposedly Chris Pratt's gonna be playing Mutt. That's gonna be fun. Who knows? But like I said, comment down below y'all's list. I'll love to see them. I like to compare them. It's pretty cool. I don't think I have the majority opinion on things, so it's cool to see what you guys think. Anyways, that's the video. Like, subscribe, all that dumb stuff, and video over.